Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. I am William and thank you for being here. Before I start, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and switch on the notification button so that you will receive the e-learning videos from us continuously. Let's start with a quick thought experiment. Think about the last major audit you conducted. How much of your team's time was spent actually thinking, analyzing complex problems, interviewing stakeholders, and crafting strategic recommendations versus how much time was spent looking, searching through PDFs, pulling data from ERP systems, or manually ticking and tying samples? For most of us, the ratio is heavily skewed toward the latter. We spend 80% of our time gathering evidence and 20% analyzing it. In a world where data doubles every 2 years and cyber threats evolve daily, that model is no longer sustainable. It's actually dangerous. This is where artificial intelligence comes in. We aren't talking about robots replacing auditors. We are talking about augmenting the auditor, giving you a superpower to handle the complexity of modern business. Today, we're going to explore how AI is transforming internal audit from a reactive, retrospective, and sample-based function into a proactive, continuous, and insight-driven partner to the business. To understand where we're going, we have to acknowledge the pain points of where we are. First, sampling risk. Traditionally, we take a sample of 40 or 50 transactions out of a population of 100,000. We test them, find no errors, and sign off on the control. But what about the 99,950 transactions we didn't look at? In an era of high-volume, low-value fraud, sampling can miss the needle in the haystack. Second, reactive nature. By the time we complete our quarterly or annual audit, the transactions are months old. We are effectively driving the car using the rearview mirror. We tell management about a problem after it has already happened. Third, manual drudgery, reconciliation, extraction, formatting. These tasks burn out our best talent. Our senior auditors are spending hours making Excel spreadsheets talk to each other instead of investigating red flags or understanding new business processes. These challenges create a gap between the speed of business and the speed of assurance. AI is the bridge across that gap. Now, AI can sound like magic, but it's really just a set of tools. Let's quickly demystify the toolkit available to the modern internal audit function. Machine learning. This is pattern recognition at scale. Imagine showing the algorithm thousands of journal entries. It learns what a normal entry looks like: the time of day, the amount, the user. Then it flags the abnormal ones for us to review. It gets smarter over time. Natural language processing, NLP. This is the ability to read and understand human language. About 80% of business data is unstructured: emails, contracts, Slack messages, meeting minutes. NLP allows us to scan thousands of procurement contracts to find a specific risky clause in seconds, or analyze employee sentiment from exit interviews. Process mining. This is the X-ray machine for your processes. It looks at the digital footprints left in your systems, like SAP or Oracle, and builds a visual map of exactly how a process runs. It shows you the bottlenecks, the deviations from policy, and the manual workarounds, without you having to interview a single person. Computer vision. This allows AI to see. For physical inventory counts, instead of a person counting boxes with a clipboard, we can use drone footage or camera images to have AI instantly count stock and flag discrepancies. These aren't futuristic concepts. They are available today, and leading audit shops are already using them. So, what does this actually look like on a day-to-day basis? Let's look at 4 key transformations. 1. From sampling to 100% assurance, full population testing. Instead of testing 50 travel and entertainment expense reports, we now test all 10,000. We train the AI to understand our policy: receipts required for expenses over $75, no weekend claims without prior approval, etc. The AI scans every single claim. It instantly flags the ones that break the rules. The auditor no longer spends time checking the compliant ones. They only investigate the exceptions. This doesn't just find fraud, it proves the integrity of the entire population. 2. From periodic to continuous monitoring. Imagine a dashboard that monitors procurement payments in real time. The moment a payment goes to a new vendor that matches the home address of a purchasing manager, a red flag appears. Or when a payment is issued just below the approval threshold to avoid review. This moves us from, "We found a problem last quarter," to, "We caught a problem this morning." We become a real-time control mechanism. 3. From reading contracts to analyzing risk. NLP in action. Consider the third-party risk management process. An organization might have 5,000 vendors. Manually reading every contract to ensure they have a cyber insurance clause or a data protection addendum is impossible. With NLP, we upload the contract repository. We ask the system, "Show me all contracts without a limitation of liability clause." It returns the answer in minutes. This turns a 6-month project into a 1-week analysis. 4. From gut feel to data-driven insights, continuous risk assessment. AI doesn't just audit past events, it helps predict future risk. By correlating data from sales, HR, and operations, AI can identify patterns. For example, it might notice that turnover in a specific department spikes right before inventory shrinkage increases. This allows us to go to management and say, "Based on this data, we see a correlation here. Let's look at that process before a major loss occurs." In every case, the auditor is still in charge, asking the questions, investigating the flags, and making the final judgment. But they are no longer drowning in data, they are surfing on top of it. Transformation sounds expensive and complicated, but it doesn't have to be boiling the ocean. Here is a simple roadmap for getting started. Step 1. Start with a pain point. Don't buy AI because it's shiny. Look at your audit plan. Which audit takes the longest? Which one is the most mind-numbingly manual? Accounts, payable, payroll? Start there. Pick a process with clean, accessible data and a high volume of transactions. Step 2. Clean data and access. AI is only as good as the data it eats. You need to work with IT to gain read-only access to the necessary systems. You don't need a data lake. You just need a pipeline to the data. Step 3. Build the three-legged stool. You need 3 things to succeed. Technology, the tool itself. Many affordable SaaS solutions exist now. Process. How you will integrate the findings into your audit workflow. People. This is the hardest part. You need to train your team. You need hybrid auditors, people who understand risks and know how to interrogate data. Step 4. Pilot, prove, and scale. Run a pilot parallel to your traditional audit. Prove the concept. Show that the AI found something the manual sample missed. Once you have that win, the business case sells itself, and you can scale to other areas. So what does this mean for the internal audit profession? The role of the auditor is evolving. The tick-and-tie auditor is fading. The new auditor is a data scientist, a storyteller, and a strategic advisor. They use AI to handle the heavy lifting, which frees them up to do what humans do best: build relationships, understand nuance, and provide forward-looking insight. AI will not replace auditors, but auditors who use AI will replace those who don't. By embracing these tools, we don't just make our own jobs easier, we elevate the entire function. We move from being the corporate police to being trusted advisors who help the business navigate risk and achieve its objectives. The data is there. The technology is there. Now it's up to us to seize the opportunity. That's to the end of my sharing today. If you found this channel is useful, please feel free to subscribe and share it out with your friends and colleagues. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Hi, everyone.